day 110. People are breaking down their tents. Mine, I got all my stuff. All I gotta do is break down my tent. Everything is soaked. My tent is super absorbent, man. I don't know if they're supposed to be. I don't remember my other ones being so absorbent, but man, when water hits this thing, it does not get displaced or repelled. It just sucks right in. Woke up and everything was wet. I thought I was filtering water last night. I thought, well, maybe it's spilled over because there's water all up in my tent, but no, it just kind of permeated its way in. It's a chilly morning here in Montana. We got the gloves on and everything. My fingers are hurting. Waiting for these guys to get going. We have 20 miles to do today, but there's just one hill for 2 miles, and then after that it is cruisy, man. We have more downhill than uphill, so that's nice. We're supposed to be camped at we're getting to the other van, and then we're gonna drive them both to the same spot, and then do the same thing again. But our day ends at a campsite with picnic tables and all that stuff. I enjoy those. It's the simple things in life. It's a beautiful morning. I already have myself a nice safety meeting with some purple stuff. Oh, it's good stuff, man. $10. I can't believe it. They only let me buy 2 though. They got rules. Bought that and all the shake they had. I am groovy for a minute, man, and damn near free. It's the way drugs should be. It's mental health. Get my shit packed up. Maybe I'll set it up later and let it dry, but I rarely do that. I'm just kind of lazy. It takes a lot to, you gotta have somewhere to set it in the sunshine and stuff, and then you gotta put it away again. If all works out, it should be dry tonight. We'll see. It's Montana. It might rain 4 or 5 times before that. But when you set it up and it's dry, it dries out in like 5 minutes, man. I don't feel like setting it up one more time to dry it out. We'll see on how heavy it is. That'll change my mind. And we're off. It's just a little after 7, so we're doing pretty well. It's just cold. Everything is wet. Everything is just covered in drops. Look at Red's leading the way, knocking them down, but I'm still getting to get wet. Even if you took off the biggest and baddest of the drops, it's still wet. But the sun is about to touch me. That's going to change everything. It's hard to wrap your mind around the date when you feel this cold. Middle of July and I'm freezing my arse off. My toes hurt, my fingers hurt. And I'm a sissy to the cold. We know this. But still, it's the middle of summer. It's like 40 degrees or something. Oh, I can feel it through my clothing. Just waiting for the pain in my fingers to stop. Almost at the top. Somewhere right up in here. I managed to get off trail. Following that road, and evidently I was supposed to zig, and I zagged. So I'm just taking this ravine up. And I believe it gets me near the trail. Whatever. Day would not be complete if I didn't get off track somewhere. I was down to that thing. I climbed out the edge, and I found the trail again. That's close. Now I don't know if I'm ahead or behind. Lost it again. Is that it? No, I think it's supposed to be to my right. It's just overgrown, so there's pieces of it here and there. Oh, this looks traily. Okay, yeah, here we go. I see some blazes. That really helps. I made it to the top. I'm not sure where the trail is. I got a cairn there, so I'm in the neighborhood. Maybe it's over here. Maybe it's up here. I don't know. There's a log to sit on, so that's where I was headed. There's no trekking pole marks in the ground whatsoever. So I'm in the lead. I see signs hanging on a tree over there, so at least in that direction eventually. You look a little soft. You feel a little soft. That'll work regardless. Well, as usual, I was wrong. That was not the top of the hill. We had a good, 400 more feet of climbing. Now we're down the downside of that one. And I believe we have one more little hill, and then it's just cruisy the rest of the day. It's pretty cruisy as is.
What a joyous walk.
This is a beautiful day. We got like every color represented out here, man. Tricky one today. Goes from a well-manicured trail or road to almost nothing, following Hatchet Man's marks. Hint of a trail. I'm not sure why it starts and stops so much. Let's run into our mellow walk. We took a little break, and unfortunately the spot we chose had a bunch of sap all over the ground, so everybody sat in sap. Well, our mat's got it on it. Sap's kind of annoying. It doesn't really wash off or go away. You just kind of get it, rub some dirt in it, and call it good. Rub enough dirt on it where it's not sticky anymore. That's the first bird I've heard in a minute. I would expect this forest to have more birds. Uh-oh, roadblocks. Oh no. Whatever should I do? This is very different from the other forests around Butte. I mean, we are a bit west of Butte, southwest. But I was expecting more of the same, and I'm glad it's not. I mean, sure, there's a lot of downed trees, but there's more standing than dead. Of course, this section has its share of blowdowns, but they've been down for so long that you can see the trail that other people have taken around it. So instead of looking at the obstacle, figuring out how you're going to surmount it, start looking for the trail that leads off a little bit before it. And that's what everybody else did. Still not used to seeing those things. It's just been a while. We took a little lunch break there, dried my tent out and stuff. Probably lost a good pound, man, at least a half a pound. Had some delicious tuna and goldfish. All I have now is a few snacks on me, a Snickers bar or so. I only have like 10 miles left to go. And the majority of it is downhill. It's a good day for hiking. It's just, not much going on here. No birds. I don't even see chipmunks or anything. Other rodents that normally run around these places. And I guess after coming out of Glacier, the sight's there. This is just some walking. As we get closer to Butte, sadly only a couple miles closer, it's reminding me of the Butte I remember from a month ago or so. It's just the beginning of it. Some places they piled the wood up and let it rot, and when it's in a pile, it stays wet and it rots faster. And those areas look pretty nice. Then there's these areas, and worse, where they just cut it down and left it where it was. And I'm curious how long it takes the average tree to turn into soil. Just sitting here by its lonesome. Probably longer than it took to grow. Have I seen these before anywhere else? I can't recall. It's just vulcanized rubber. Seems like a good idea for erosion control. Man, vulcanized rubber can take a beating. Flexible, it's not in your way. Slows the erosion, because you can imagine a bunch of that happens on a hillside this steep. Seen a lot of erosion control techniques over my miles, and most of them look completely ineffective. It looks like you're just really impregnating the ground with a bunch of plastic litter, whether it be in the form of tarps and nets and things they put down. Thank you, trail maintainers. You guys really put in a lot of work around Butte. Pretty sure I've just been following the edge of this mountain around. I was over there, 15 minutes, 20 minutes ago. Just slowly winding down the sides. It's nice, actually. Very chill walking. This is the best view I've had so far. Well, maybe even the only. I just heard something that sounded like a tree popping and falling. But, can't tell where it was. Don't know what else would make a loud noise like that. Ooh, birds. Have not had many signs of life today. I did finally see 2 rodents, little chipmunk things. There's not even a lot of insects. I'm, grateful for that part. Yesterday there were a pretty good amount, but we were right on the water source, so we were asking for that. But I was hiding in my tent until I got tricked into coming out. But I went right back in as soon as I realized what was going down. I didn't get bit. Oh, stumble. We have a break in the scenery. Look, some rocks. How exciting. Rocks. Yep. You saw it here first. And beetle damage. Lots and lots of beetle damage. Yeah, I didn't actually know how big of an issue these were across the country. Yeah, I knew they were a big deal in the Southwest. But I would have thought it got so cold here it'd kill them off. I was wrong. Oh, that's a pleasant breeze. It's July 21st right now. I know I don't often say the date because you don't really need to know. What does it matter? Until the end. That's when it matters. But for, July 21st, I bet the rest of the country's sweltering right now. But it's probably like 75 degrees here, man. We're only 7 miles from the end of our day, so that's not bad. Maybe even a little less at this point. He's silent. No song for me today. I can see the individual cars on the highway. That means this trip is almost concluded. Kind of a boring day, but you know, still beautiful. Good weather, few bugs. At least good weather so far. But it doesn't even matter at this point. I'm so close. Clouds are a bit colored. I have to assume it has something to do with smoke. Yeah, that doesn't look natural to me, man. What's burning? It seems a little closer than a Canadian fire. But I don't know. Wind pushes stuff all over the place. We swung by the campgrounds, but they were filled. Too damn many people. And some of the assholes were just using other campsites as parking spots because they brought so many of their toys and stuff that they needed them. Inconsiderate rich fucks is what they were. So we came down to Trailhead and we're just going to sleep down here. I mean, this is one of the places we were ending. We're going to leave the van anyway, so that's what we did. So Big Red made us grilled cheese sandwiches because he can cook in his van. Awesome. I get to sleep in the other van, Groovy, so I don't have to set up my tent or anything. Count really wanted it, but I had called dibs on it. And he's like, do you want to do a coin toss? No, I didn't necessarily want to do a coin toss because I called dibs. But I did a coin toss, and I won. Called tails. I just felt it. So, but there's not any flat spots around here for him to camp. He's not pleased about that. Like I saw him walking up the street, he's shooting me daggers the whole time. We were just joking about it. But so he's gonna walk his happy ass all the way down to the campsite. I mean, it's like a quarter mile down the way. Well, but there's people there that are just holding spots and stuff. So he could just, if I was him, I would just go take one of those and be like, this is mine now. But she'll do it how he does it. I'm gonna have a nice, enjoyable night in here. We're also having breakfast in the morning. They told me to be over at 7 a.m. Well, those are beautiful clouds. And we're gonna have, I can't zoom in or anything, but there's really, really cool pink stuff going on right there. That's all I've got. But there's gonna be scrambled eggs with cheese on them at 7 a.m. So I'm gonna sit in here and make my coffee because I'll probably wake up at 5. Nice. Oh, this is like luxury. I get to sleep in a little van. Well, productive day. We'll see what we do tomorrow. We're going to be going out on an excursion. For this time, I'm packing up for 4.5 days. So I have to carry a little bit of food with me. I've been enjoying the light trips, though. But, 4.5 days isn't bad at all. Good night.